I'm live. Well, good evening, cadavers, as Dr. Zombie would say. Let's see if I can look at stuffing things here. La-di-da, la-di-da. I'm going to show you the process for making a Dr. Zombie comic. And it's old school. So, here we go. It starts with the magic of a sketchbook. And I do all kinds of silly things in here. Maybe that'll be a 24-hour comic. I don't know. It's just an idea. The intergalactic car wash. I don't know. Any idea I have, I just put it in there. Intergalactic car wash. Okay. Well, the Dr. Zombie comic started as a sketch. I just think up a gag idea. I am getting into the gag a week, gag a day format idea. I really like it. It's shareable. One of my favorite comics of all time was The Far Side. I like the one-pagers that they do in Mad Magazine. It's great. So here's a sketch of one with Dr. Zombie with a dragon. Yes, that is a pretty bad cough. And then I had another idea. Involving a werewolf. Here we go. So, oh yeah, a superhero idea of the towel snapper, but also I had an idea here of a werewolf of, you ate chocolate again, didn't you? And dogs can't eat chocolate, so why would a werewolf be able to eat chocolate without problems? So, I have the gag ideas. And since I do have the basic idea, and I'm my own artist, I don't write for another person, I can then do it the old EC Comics way without the negative effects. So in EC Comics, what they would do for Vault of Horror, Tales from the Crypt, Weird Science, those comics, they would have the lettering on the page already. So what I do is I open up a vector program called Graphic. I draw the border in the program, so I don't have to worry about rulers, straight lines, all that. If it's the right size, it even shows me a grid to show it's the right aspect ratio. I put in the lettering with a font that I designed with calligrapher. I call this one, I call this one Cactus Scratch. Available on Gumroad. You can buy it from me. And so what I do then is for Dr. Zombie, I kind of get that. I really love Mike Allred too. So I get that kind of 60s Herculoids kind of Hanna-Barbera thing going on and some figure drawing going in there. And I just pencil it, and I don't worry about inking because I pencil it with a soft graphite pencil to get a good dark line. And so that's the dragon one. Here's the werewolf one. The werewolf one, well, you know, I looked up what wolves look like. I got a little more figure drawing in the werewolf as opposed to the more cartoony one. And I got a little figure drawing there too. And then, of course, I had this laid out already. And, oh, I found I had some negative space, so I was able to show a nice little full moon in the background. Kind of almost looks like the man in the moon is sticking out his tongue at the werewolf there. So got to play around. I like expanding the Dr. Zombie brand. More on that later. The real reason why I started this is weirdly because of Rob Liefeld. He had this comic called Shrink. It was about a psychologist who would see superheroes as her clients or patients. And it would be a gag a week superhero comic with his figure drawing in it. And I thought that was a great idea. I actually tried to write to him, say, hey, man, you should make a calendar out of these and stuff. Well, he's busy promoting this thing called Deadpool. So whatever. It's more on me if I think something's cool, I should do it. So the basic idea of Shrink is you have a genre comic taking on the format of a gag a week. So what I'm doing is, instead of superheroes, I have sci-fi and horror, and I'm making sci-fi and horror into a gag a week comic. Now, I will take these, and I kind of like the rough look of it too. So I will take these and I will scan them as if they were text. So I get a pure black and white image off of my scanner when I put these on the scanner. I load them up into a photo editing program. And then I really just make sure the lines get dark, easy to look at. And then the screen looks like this. I add in a gray tone. One tone of gray. And it really gives it, for me, it gives it that black and white feel that 50s and 60s B sci-fi and horror movies have. And a lot of black and white comics have a shade of gray in there as well. So here's that. I only use one shade of gray. Sometimes it looks darker. It's because like I did some shading with the pencil. I don't actually ink this comic. I scan it directly as that dark pencil. But with the gray tone, as I've printed them here, that's how it appears on the screen. And it appears on a website that I love dearly. It's tggeeks.com. The Two Gay Geeks. They do everything geeky. They have a phenomenal podcast. They do movie reviews. They do Comic-Con reviews, book reviews, comic book reviews. They've even done a food review. But if it's geeky, they're all about it. They do great things on that website, be it an article, be it, you know, a podcast, or my wonderful comics. Every Sunday they show up on tggeeks.com. I really love those guys. They had me on a guest. They are generous, warm, welcoming, and they do really good interviews with creators of all walks of life, of all genres and all art forms. So get in touch with your local scene, man, and draw your face off.